This is such a large topic, and I'm going to try and squeeze it into like a few minutes as quick as I can. Right? So stick with me. I promise you, I'm not going to waste your time. The last time we spoke, the last time we saw, I was talking about my icks with some religious practices in the Christian religion, right? And it made me say or think about the fact that I'm not a religious person. And I said I was going to explain why I said that and what I meant by that and differentiate relationship from religion. Because the highlight of this entire conversation is just me trying to say you can be a religious person with having no relationship, and having no relationship is a waste of that religion to even start with. So it's almost non-existent to me. It's like you're not doing anything if you are religious and you don't understand relationship. Before we get into that, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm seeing you guys. I'm appreciating every single person that keeps tuning in and sitting down and, spending this time with me. I'm really grateful. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. But, I would really hope you continue because we're trying to hit goals. We're trying to hit goals. We're almost at the quarter of the end of the year, and I need to see there's a specific target I'm trying to get to, and it's by your help. So please subscribe, share, like, do all the needful and let's get to the goal. Okay? Seriously though, religion is not relationship. Let's get into that. First things first, let's look into the definition of these two things. Religion, according to dictionary, what does it say? The belief in and worship of superhuman power or powers, especially a god or gods. So basically, the belief in and the worship of superpower. Supernatural. Okay? Cool. Relationship, the way in which two or more people or things are connected or a state of being connected. I remember there's something that someone said online that made me laugh, and they said that, do you know even the devil did not commit the greatest sin some of you are committing of not believing in God? Like, believing in God is nothing special. Even devil believes there's God, believes in God. Do you understand? So there's nothing extra. There's nothing, oh, great about the fact that you believe in God or you believe there's God. Anybody can do that. Anybody can admit the existence of a creator. Cool. But then that's where it stops for a lot of people. It's now a thing of, okay, I believe there's God, and now I am trying to do what I can to, you know, be right with that God. So that's where religion steps in. It's like, okay, so what are the steps I would take to reverence and to worship this superhuman or the creator, right? Everybody's looking for the answers of who is this creator? Is he, can I find him through Buddhism, Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, different religions? So different human beings have created their ideas of how they can connect with the supernatural. Hence, religion. Are you following me? But you see this thing where, like I said, there are Christians that I believe are very much religious and are very much practicing solely religion. And I'm making this video to explain that I am not necessarily one of those Christians. Does it mean I don't do or practice some things that Christians do or practice? I didn't say that's the case. I'm heading somewhere. While relationship, I love the definition, we see the way in which two or more people are connected or are in a state of being connected. Like there is a clear connection and rapport between these two people. That's what relationship is. And Christianity, the term or the word Christianity was given to people who are supposed to be practicing this with God. The name Christianity was not given to Christians because it's supposed to be fundamentally to classify a group of people who practice this type of religion to connect with God. No, it's like this name was given to the people that were like Christ. Do you understand? Oh, how do we differentiate them? Honestly, names and terms are coined because people need to know how to separate or differentiate you. That's why we literally have terms for everything. It's a way for human beings to organize themselves, organize their mind. So I have no problem with being called a Christian because it's the easiest and fastest way for, the general public or for people to be able to identify or know what my belief system is. Do you get? So that's cool. But then when I come, I remember one time I spoke about feminism and I was trying to explain that feminism is also a term. Like I said, human beings just create terms to be able to classify things. But then there are some people that are, you know, turning the idea of that term into something else, and it's making me not even want to have to call myself a feminist to a certain extent, even though I agree with the fundamental or the foundational practice of feminism. Now, with Christianity, it's the same thing. The name, the term is supposed to be coined to, call out people who were Christ like. Okay, Christ came and they are like him, you know? So hence Christianity. I'm not here to speak about any other religion. I'm talking about Christianity. We're using that as our point of reference and understanding, right? There's no harm in, having practices or having way or styles amongst a group of people. In fact, it's nice. It's culture. That's what happens with human beings. There's something called culture. And as a matter of fact, when you have a relationship with God as a Christian, you begin to learn kingdom cultures, because even God has his own way and principle of things. And those principles are things that we cannot deny that they are beneficial, because that's how system is put in place. Hence why I'm even I classify, or I will identify with Christianity, because the principles or the fundamental instructions that form Christianity aligns with making things better and the design of earth, of humanity, of this planet. It is I know some people might say, yeah, that's a lie. We can have the conversation after, you know, you've done your research and your study with the Bible, because the last kind of people I like having, in quotes, back and forth with are people that do not even have their full backing on scripture. But I'm saying that because we're using Jesus as the example. Like, Jesus is our standard, Christ is our standard. So whenever people say, oh, what do you mean by Christ is the ultimate, person to use as the standard for making things better, you can go and just get to know him. Know what Jesus stands for, and you will know that if everybody practice what he teaches, we will have a utopia. But because of human nature, it's not possible. Like, so basically, he has come to give us information on how to handle ourselves while we are here until we finally get to that utopia, that hope. So before I move forward, one thing I want to make you guys understand or ask you, in case you are at a point where you are confused or you are feeling like, some kind of pushback towards the idea of, saying Jesus is the ultimate standard of a good life, or, whatever it is. I want to just ask you this. For every other answer you have tried to use, even if you are an atheist, what is your own hope? Someone might say, oh, my hope is heaven, and that's it. Cool, you want to die and go to heaven, but what's that to you? Everybody creates this thing, like an ideology of their own. But then with Christ, he gives you hope from here on earth. So I'm not even talking about your afterlife hope. What is your hope here? And that's where relationship comes in. Because while we are here on earth, we are not. Religion is okay. Most times, you know how religion works. I am trying to prove myself worthy, especially for the afterlife. I didn't say only for, especially for the afterlife. I'm trying to prove myself acceptable for, the supreme being to say, yes, you are right with me. But with Christ, there is nothing you can do for you to earn his love. While we were yet sinners, he died. As in, he loved us even when we were not worthy of it, even when there was no practice necessarily. The entire world was given a gate pass. Like, look, I love you through and through. You understand? When you now have a relationship will now, like I said earlier, expose you to the cultures of that person, the values of that person. And why we as Christians are supposed to live certain ways is not because we are trying to satisfy religious practices, it's because we are trying to work in alignment of the values of the person we have a relationship with. Do you see the difference? So what I'm trying to say is, I'm not living my life saying because I don't steal, I don't kill, I don't lie, then I deserve love and to, enter heaven. Uh-uh. That is not how a Christian lives. That is religious living. How a Christian lives is, because I was loved by this person, I want to get to know him, and getting to know him, I accept his values, because his values are not just because he feels like this has to be, it is for my benefit. Like, it doesn't necessarily even affect him, it affects us completely. I don't know if you get. I accept his values because he is the designer of the world, of the universe. He knows the blueprint. It's like you going to meet a manufacturer and then you are arguing with him about his invention, or, a creative, he created something, and you are still fighting with him that, I know this is what it was made for, but I want to use it for something else. It's madness. Like, it takes us back to, oh, why does it have to be God? As why does it have to be Jesus? The fact remains that with so many belief, or, process of wanting to get to the answer of who is God, or is there God? Let's not even start with the is there God. Any creation has a creator. And if you are not interested in that, then I don't know what you're looking for in this video, because the standpoint of this video is the acknowledgement and the belief that there is a creator. Now, out of all the beliefs on earth, someone is right and someone is wrong. And that's fact. There is a creator, and there are some people who are actually in line with him. And it's for us to figure out who is that. Not based off, oh, I feel like it's this one I want, or I was raised by this family, or I was born into this group. That is why. It does not change the fact that somebody is right and someone isn't. So basically, I'm just trying to say that relationship is what helps people uncover that. Relationship in the sense that you are out actively looking for the answer. The answer will come to whoever desires it. The creator of the universe definitely is someone who is interested in meeting people at their point of need. Like, meeting people and like, okay, you sincerely want to know who I am, I will reveal myself to you, you know. But then when I was talking about the ilks of Christianity, I was talking about it because there are a lot of Christians who have turned it into religious practice, full stop. There's no active relationship with God. If there is a relationship with God, it will shock you how there are some things that would be commanded to you or be told to you that you are surprised, like, oh, I'm supposed to go and do this. I should go and do this. I mean, yes, our foundation as a Christian is the Bible, right? Because we have the information we need to see how things work. The truth is, nothing is new under the sun. Things that have happened a million years ago will still happen a million years later. There's nothing brand new that is going to come from anywhere. And when I say brand new, I don't mean like, oh, there was aeroplane and there's no aeroplane suddenly. I'm talking about the fundamentals of humanity. Anger, loss, jealousy, love, all of that happens to human beings, and everybody would experience it, or would be exposed to people who are experiencing these things. So how to handle being human, there are fundamentals in the Bible that helps us to see how we can deal with that. So relationship will get you to that point where it's like, okay, I want to know these fundamentals, and I want to know you, the creator. I want to know what you like. I want to see how my me being who I am, how you want to use me specifically. In what way have I been designed to live out my own goal? So there's the general assignment as humans, or there's the general design of humanity. And within that general design, there's this specific, because there is still you. You are not someone else. You are so unique and you are so different. And there's nobody on earth that can ever exist and be exactly like you, like to the T. It's not possible. That's how detailed God is. And He's interested in that relationship. That the reason why you were uniquely made, you walk in alignment and in purpose for that exact reason. So if you don't have a relationship to figure that out, you cannot fully live life for the reason as to why you were born. Hence why I say relationship. Religion is all encompassing. I do this to gain this. But no, with Christianity, what God is expecting is, I gained this, so I do this. Simple and short. With religion, I am doing this so that I can be connected with God. With relationship, I am connected to God. Hence, I do this. Every fruit of the Spirit is an expression of the Spirit in you: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, long suffering, faith, gentleness. Fruits of the Spirit are an expression of the transformation that has happened from in you. That's why Romans 12:2 says it. Do not be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. A simpler version says, don't copy the behavior and customs of the world. It's not about behavior and customs of things happening in the world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know what God's will is for you, which is good, pleasing, and perfect. That is what relationship is. So you can't say, oh, I was born into a particular religion and I'm just going like, oh, sheep to the slaughter, and I'm just following that religion. And, I know that, okay, 5 a.m. we pray, we wash our hand, we do this one. It's like so mechanical. If you want system and process in your life, that's cool. But you cannot use that as, oh, my relationship with God. That's why I said from the beginning, a religious person does not mean you have a relationship with God. There are people who would be religious all their life and it will be for nothing. A relationship is important. So learn to differentiate it. Get to the point where it's like, I am not living my life because of human standard. I am living my life because I know who my God is and his instructions to me. And then, like I said, there's the fundamental. Nobody should come and say, God instructed me to go and lie. God will never go against his word. That's not how he lives. That's not how he does things. So if there are fundamental things, scriptural things that would affect human beings, affect you, God will not tell you to go and do those things. No. But I'm saying that for your everyday living, for your finding your purpose, for your becoming exactly who God has created you to become, you have to have a relationship. And so your answers or things you desire to do or how you carry yourself should come from that place of relationship. Hence why I say I'm not a religious person, I am a relationship person. And my relationship with God gives me practices that might look religious, which is not necessarily the case. I'm not trying to be religious. I am just walking in alignment of wanting to stay in connection, like I said, in the state of being connected with my maker. With this few points of mine, I hope I'll be able to convince you and not confuse you why religion is not relationship. Do we get it? Okay, I hope we do. If we didn't get it, try and watch it again. We've come to the end of the video and I hope you enjoyed the time you spent with me. I really do enjoy speaking and, sharing my thoughts, and I enjoy reading you guys' comments. So please don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section and share this with a friend to ask them what they think, or share, just to share love to them as well. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.